Hey everyone, my name's Rip.
My name's Bwie.
And this is Terrafirmafriends. Our sheep's out of the pen again.
Woohoo!
I don't have anything on me that can help. Let's just push her in with our penises. I mean, what?
Alright, now that the sheep have been wrangled, we're going to take a look at getting started here. So we've got a couple things we're going to take a look at today. The first big thing is we're going to make our bloomery. We've got all the ingots set aside. Our blacksmith shop is basically ready to become more fully operational. Not fully operational, but you know, we're getting there. And I think we might have a hunt we're going to go on today too.
Oh yeah, it's episode 10, and I promised one of our viewers that I would go fight a bear today. So I'm wearing my hat that has a bear on it with antlers, and it says beer. So it's like a bear deer. I'm going to go fight one of those while drinking some beer.
And while we do have a sword and a mace, I think we're going to put some restrictions on this fight to make it a little more fair.
Okay.
All right.
Bloomery.
So probably going to be easiest if we have one person controlling the forge and heating up the ingots, and the other person smithing them. So do you have a preference, sir?
I'll work the forge because that's what I'm good at. That's what I've done. So I guess we should explain how the bloomery is made. Alright, so basically to make the bloomery, we need to make a furnace in our crafting table, so the 8 blocks around the outside of the crafting table, with double sheets of some sort of metal. We're going to use this bismuth bronze here. In order to make a double sheet, you have to take 2 sheets and weld them together. But in order to make a sheet, you need to hammer out a double ingot into that sheet. In order to make a double ingot, you need to take 2 ingots, heat them up, and weld them together. So we have 32 ingots here. So if my math is right, 2 ingots make a sheet, 2 sheets make a double sheet, and 8 double sheets make the bloomery. So that's 32.
Or to math easier, we have 32 ingots, which is 16 double ingots, which is 16 sheets, which is 8 double sheets, which is our bloomery.
Indeed. So this is going to take a long time. I'm going to edit out a bunch of the busy work, but we'll probably do one full cycle just to kind of show exactly what making one double sheet entails. So I need to heat up the forge. I'm going to throw some coal in there, and I'm going to grab some ingots. Do we have our whatchamacallits?
Molds?
Molds, yes. Oh, they're here. I saw them.
Yep. And since you're working the forge, I'm just going to sit over here on this anvil until it's ready for me to do something.
Okay. So Jeez. So to start the forge, we put some coal in, and we start it with a fire starter. And there
I'm helping.
Yes, you are.
I'm helping.
So there it's burning. We put these ceramic molds in here because if the ingots get too hot, they will melt. And if you don't have these ceramic molds over here, we'll just lose all of that metal. But if we have these ceramic molds here, the molten metal will fill up one of these and we can cool it down and get an ingot back out. So the easiest way I've found to make it is to start 2 at a time. So the bismuth bronze is warming up. Each metal has a workable temperature and a weldable temperature. For bismuth bronze, the wiki says that the workable temperature is between dark red and bright red, and the weldable temperature is between bright red 1 and orange. So this, where it says hot and it has 3 or 4 little stars after it, that's how hot the metal is. So what I want to do is I want to take it off before it gets to orange 1, which is the melting temperature of bismuth bronze. And then I'll probably give them to Bwie, and then he will smash them into, or he will weld them together. So what I'm going to do now, since this is about halfway between a cooled ingot and a weldable ingot, I'm going to go throw 2 more on. And then we can have 2 of them working at the same time, and if I timed it right, I kind of spread it out so that it's half the time these will be weldable, then another half the time these will be weldable.
Basically, he's being polite to me. He's not going to try and make me weld 4 ingots and smash out 2 sheets all at once.
Yeah. Alright, so this thing just got to dark red, and we see that it says can work. When it gets up to bright red 1, it should say can weld. Then I'm going to take it off at bright red 4, 1 thing before the melting point. So bright red 1, now it says can work and can weld. Bright red 2, bright red... Actually, Tony, if you just want to get in there, you can take them off when they're there. Okay, so Tony took them off, now he's going to go do something on the anvil.
So put them in there. First I weld to get the double sheet, or double ingot, and I'm still at a workable temperature, so I'm going to go ahead and start trying to make the sheet right now. And basically I just have to do 3 hits to end it. And the thing is, I've got to match it up with this little red arrow. So... oh, so close. There we go. So we've got 1 sheet that we've got working.
Alright, the 2 ingots on the right are almost weldable now.
Yep. So, Rip, I'm going to put this sheet back on.
So it can be warm?
Yeah, the individual sheets are probably going to be your highest priority.
Uh-huh.
Because...
make sure they don't melt.
Yeah, if we get a melted ingot, that's fine, but if we melt a sheet, we have to make 2 more ingots, weld it, and go back again. So...
gotcha.
Alright, I'm going to pull these 2 off. And again, we're going to weld, and then try and get this full of sheet. Alright, so now...
this sheet is dark red 1.
Yep, so I'm going to take this ingot off, so I'm going to try and make sure we can get these 2 to weldable.
Yep,
Rip.
and they're basically the same temperature right now.
Yep, Rip, I'm going to give this back to you.
I
Maybe.
saw that.
Can weld, alright. If I can get them up there quick enough, and there we have 1 double sheet.
Yep, we need to do that 7 more times.
And now we start the second one. Oh look, the sun is coming up.
We've worked through the whole night.
This is my little hidey hole. Are you having fun spinning in circles?
Yeah, I don't even see you.
It's my little hidey hole.
I don't know where it is. These things are ready to weld almost. Oh. Alright, the last of the ingots are on the forge.
How many molds do you have?
I have 19 in my inventory and 4 on the forge.
Do you want to get ready to melt down the copper anvil?
Oh, sure. So is that just like putting the crucible on it and throwing that in the crucible and...
Yep.
So do I just put ceramic molds in the bottom?
Yep. You'll need to wait for it to heat up, and once it gets hot enough to melt the copper anvil, it'll just all flow in. Like, it'll have like 1,200 units at once, or 1,400, however much it takes to make the anvil.
Okay. Hey, the copper anvil melted.
So if you just want to keep it, like, pull out those, I will finish up these last couple pieces here.
Hey, it's raining. Maybe those forest fires that I started might be put out now.
Is it just me, or is the forge going out?
Oh yeah, the forge is out because it's raining.
But I thought we fixed that.
We did. Does glass not stop rain? That'd be bullshit if that's the case. I mean, this is not going to be a permanent solution, but...
Do you have a fire starter on you?
No.
Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Alright, well...
Oops. So, apparently glass does not hold up dirt.
News to me! Alright, maybe we don't...
Me as well.
Maybe we don't want this roof.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to elegantly solve this problem.
Maybe we could put wood on top of the glass.
I mean, we could also just put a smooth stone right there.
Yeah.
It fits the theme. Not necessarily the most aesthetically pleasing, but... So we've been in our forge for like 3 days straight now.
Yep.
You want me to un-ingot stuff?
Sure. I mean, I've got 7 things here.
So we've got...
Are we done with the forge?
You know we've got going here, Rip, right? We've got the American flag.
Oh, we do. That is the American flag.
And
Red, white,
the
and blue.
Brazilian flag.
Oh, wow, yeah. Green and yellow and white. I think there's also blue on the Brazilian flag. Alright, is that all the metals? I mean, we have the iron, but we don't want to melt that down yet. We could have melted down the nickel.
You can make the Bloomery if you want.
Ooh, I get to make the Bloomery?
You can.
Watch this. It's gonna happen. Waka waka waka.
Boop.
Oh. Boop.
Abracadabra. Boop.
And then I just put it in here?
Yep.
Where do I put it? In the back or in the
Nope.
first one?
Front.
Click. Nice!
So the first thing we need to do is create a bed of charcoal. Let's just do this. Come grab the bigger pieces. So grab the 2 rich pieces, the regular magnetite, and the 2 small magnetite.
Okay.
Okay, so let's come up here. And now what we should be able to do... So you see the charcoal bed down there?
No, because you're in the way. Yes.
So, what we're going to do is I'm going to toss in 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of charcoal.
Okay.
You toss in 8 pieces of... Toss in the big stuff first, because I want to get rid of the awkward pieces.
Alright, that was 3.
See how it's forming a block and just kind of sinking in?
Uh-huh.
So keep tossing stuff in. Actually, you can go ahead and just toss it all in, because what it allows you to do is you can toss in as much as you want, and then you toss in as much coal or charcoal as you want. So you see how it's sitting on the top now?
Uh-huh.
Means
So
it
we need
needs charcoal.
It needs more charcoal, gotcha.
Yep. So I'm going to come over here, if you want to move your fat face. And so I'm tossing in charcoal,
You just
and
picked up...
yep, I just picked up the limonite. But what I can do now is I can even it out. Alright, so we're at max right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the fire starter.
So that's just a big stack of charcoal and raw iron mix.
Yep, but you got to put the charcoal bed on the bottom, which is 8 pieces of charcoal.
Okay.
And then you can start doing the mix. So if you want to just click on the Bloomery with the fire starter.
When it's closed?
Yep.
Woo!
A lit Bloomery. So we'll have some iron going here. Now the problem is that's not going to give us anything we can use right away. It's going to give us a big piece of iron slag, which we need to heat up, work out the impurities, and then heat up again to melt into ingots.
Jesus.
Welcome to Terrafirmacraft.
Yeah.
Are you having fun?
That's pretty cool.
What?
So when you have the water jug and it's empty and you right-click to drink from it, it just makes the blowing noise like you're blowing over the mouth of the jug, right?
Yeah. Your point.
What direction you're facing, or not direction you're facing, but how tilted back you are. If you're looking, changes the pitch. If you're looking straight up into the sky, it's super high. And if you're down at the ground, it's really low. You should come out here with me. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it that time.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Shall we go to bed?
Yeah, for the first time this episode.
I'll say we've had quite the full 4 days.
I call this my hidey hole.
Well, you're gonna have to wait a second because I'm putting food away. Am I gonna have to play hide and seek now?
Missed me.
What? Oh, that is pretty sly there, sir.
Yep.
Especially since you were ducking. Like, I looked up the stairs and I didn't see anything. I was like, all right.
All right. Oh, you know what else we could do before we head out? Like tonight?
Did our Bloomery finish?
No. Well, maybe I didn't check it, but I've got 6 empty glass bottles down here.
So maybe we should finish the Bloomery before we get trashed.
Oh. But drunk ironworking is my favorite thing to do.
Grab the copper pickaxe up there, which I specifically left for doing the metalwork in here.
And then just chop it all out?
Yep. And it should come right to you.
I have a raw iron bloom that is 305 units.
So what we'll have to do is we'll have to heat that up to, I don't remember the exact temperature, but we'll have to heat it up and hammer it out on the anvil. And then from there, after we hammer it out, we can throw it into our crucible and melt it down into wrought iron and form ingots out of it.
So there were
Cheers,
20...
mate!
Hold on, wait. Let me seal this back up. What are we cheersing to? To the bear fight!
To the bear fight, because we're gonna go fight a bear.
Well, I'm gonna go fight a bear.
With knives!
With knives! Alright, let's drink up. Alright, so... time to go fight a bear?
Onward, noble steed. Guide. That's what we need to do. We have saddles. Why aren't we bringing the goddamn horses?
Because they're not tamed yet.
This is why we got the horses.
It is. But somebody wasn't doing their job.
You said it was a short trip.
It's not that far.
Oh, a deer.
A female deer?
I didn't say a doe, you jackass. And it's got antlers.
Well, there are 2 of them.
That one's a doe.
Yeah.
And that one's a doe.
Alright, do we want to shelter up?
Probably a good idea. We didn't bring our beds.
Fuck! Oh well. Looks like we are sitting here and waiting for the night then.
Alright, since we're gonna cut this shit out, I'm gonna go make another drink and run to the bathroom.
Yeah. This harkens back to the days of our mini clay hut in the very first episodes.
Except it's not burning.
That's true.
And there aren't flowers everywhere. Oh, god damn it, Rip.
I'm just gonna see if I can find some. I found some. Perfect. Oh, we're taking down this wood? Okay. Just keep it with us. Oh, there goes my axe. And my axe! And that is the 463rd time we've made that joke this game. Oh, there's another bear!
Ready? Fight!
Alright. Knives?
Swear that there's... I don't know where the last place I saw fresh water was.
It's just over there. Oh, jeez, he's coming at me! Fight! Oh, suck it, bear!
I'm gonna try and get a first.
Ah!
I'm in water. This is not good for me as a spectator.
God, he makes such an awful noise. Ow!
Dude! Oh, you're getting close. Oh, you got an advantage.
Yeah, suck it, bear. Oh, drown. Ow. You better not get too close to it.
I've got my sword ready. I'll pop his ass before I let him hit me.
Oh, jeez, he just lunged at me. I didn't expect him to lunge. I'm almost out of this knife. Ah! These knives don't really add that much extra damage. I don't want him to have the high ground. God, think about what we're doing. There was just this bear out in the middle of the woods, and we're like, we're gonna go fight it just for the hell of it. We're just as bad as that dentist who killed the lion.
Yeah, but at least you had a chance of dying.
I did? Yeah, I guess I did have a chance of dying.
And you were fighting it in hand-to-hand combat.
That's true.
And we're trying to survive. He fucking paid $50,000. But yeah, we did just walk up on the bear, and the bear's like, oh, hey, here's these... Oh, God, they're hitting me with a knife. What the fuck?
So, yeah, that was a bear fight. You're welcome, Garrett. So, we don't get much from it. We got a large raw hide and 5 bones. That is what the bear has been reduced to. I have a piece of magnetite and a piece of limonite in my inventory. Alright, the coal is here now. It is on my map. It's not a point anymore.
Why did we come to the hell pit to get coal when we're, like, fucking so much closer to, like, we have other sources of coal that are much closer.
Because I want to strip mine this bitch.
Yeah, so how are we getting down?
You have ladders.
True.
That's why you brought them.
False. True. Ow. That was a little further drop than I expected. Hang on.
Ow.
Or don't.
Ow!
You dummy. Okay, make sure you mine from the top down so you don't have one fall and break the ones below it. I'm gonna do this thing.
What you doing?
Nothing.
I just came over and you're looking up like I didn't do it. I'm just gonna stick to mining the floor.
Where's your sense of adventure, Rip?
I just fought a bear!
Yeah, this is a huge find. Like,
yeah, it is.
We should never have any need for coal again.
Yeah.
Or we should never have to use charcoal as our fuel source in the forge.
Yeah.
And this is actually good too because coal burns hotter than charcoal. So when we get to the later stages of ironworking, it'll actually be more efficient for us to heat and work the metals.
So let me know when you're ready to head back. I've got 33 blocks of coal.
I'm looking to block up more of mine right now.
Alright, so head back.
Yep. After I eat my sandwich. Well, that's convenient.
Yes, it is.
God damn it! Be gone with you, foul beast. Hey, look, a boat.
What?
A boat.
Where? A boat! That's probably one of my boats. Let's see if I can.
Think?
Let's see if I can want to break it. Yeah! I reclaimed one of my lost server lag boats. Now where did it go?
Are you sure you reclaimed it, Rip?
Well... Oh, I think I just picked something up. Yeah! Alright, so we made it back home, and our bloomery's done.
Woo! I would hope so.
Yeah. So let's dig this out.
Go for it.
And I got another piece of raw iron bloom, 240 units. Into the chest it goes. I just realized I was carrying a crucible that whole time.
You had the
Yeah!
Rip.
What?
Why you crucible?
I don't know. I figured it might help me in fighting the bear. I've got 8 logs. I'm just going to go put them outside. Hey, it's morning!
Woohoo! Actually, I've got 16 logs. I'm just going to go throw them in our future pit.
Yeah, let's start up a new charcoal pit.
Because Lord knows we're going through it already.
Alright, well, I think that pretty much wraps up this episode of Terrafirmafriends. We got a bunch more coal. I fought some bears, and we made our bloomery. We melted down a bunch of metals, and we actually started to make some iron stuff. In the next episode, we'll probably work the raw iron bloom, or whatever it was called, into some actual usable iron, and maybe start looking into making iron tools, weapons, probably just ingots at first, and then figure out what we want to do with it.
Woohoo! Time to chop down some wood and start another charcoal pit.
Oh, hey, it's a new year! It's January 1st, 1001! Woohoo! We survived a whole year.
And old acquaintance be forgotten, never brought to mind.
Mine also says season summer, because I'm south of the equator.